Okay. Good day everyone. Since the last days we don't have the proper class and discussion because I know naman na some of your classmates don't have phones, and even this video online class, they can't able to access it. Why? Kasi nga they don't have the internet access or they don't have phones. So I am being considerable here. But now we will have our discussions about the types of information based on the given guidelines and topic in your curriculum or in your module. So just listen and please bear with me and finish the video, okay? Because at the end of the video, we're going to have the assessment part, okay? Also for your attendance, just vote for the poll in our group chat or just leave an emoji reaction to this video. And yes, again, I am Christian Philip Tubil, your teacher in your subject English 9. So as you can see, the table of contents, we have different types of information. We have the, factual information, analytical information, subjective information, and objective information. So let us start. Okay, now we have the first type of information, and this type is the factual information. So what is factual information? So factual information is an information that solely deals with facts. It is short and non-explanatory. Okay, it means that factual information is the information that facts, no, it is directly explained and showing truthfulness to the information. Again, it refers to the data or details that are objective, verifiable, and universally accepted as true. It is based on facts that can be confirmed through observation, measurement, or reliable sources. So, yes, the details are objective. When we say objective, it is not influenced by personal feelings or opinions in considering and representing information or representing facts. So it is also verifiable, no? The information is accurate or justified by evidence or study. Okay? So, ang factual information ay mga information na totoo based on the observation and reliable sources. Okay? Okay, now, the examples of factual information. First, Manila is the capital city of the Philippines. So the question is, the information is fact or not? Okay, yes, it is fact. Why? It is because the information given is true that Manila is the capital city of the Philippines, right? Okay, so the number two, Haina Duma is student of grade 9 Umuad. Question, the information is fact or not? So yes, the information is fact. Why? It is because the information is true that Haina Duma is one of your classmates and enrolled in grade 9 Humuad. Now, did you get it? What is the factual information? Now, let's talk about the sources of factual information. There are two sources, the primary and the secondary sources. Okay, let's talk about it. The first one is the primary sources. So, what is primary sources? These sources are records of events or evidence as they are first described or actually happened without interpretation or commentary. So it is information that is shown for the first time or original materials on which other research is based. Okay, now, primary sources are the original, unaltered. When we say unaltered, it is not edited or it is not edited information. Um, it is records or evidence of an event or phenomenon. They include first-hand account. When we say first-hand account, it means the information is original, no? It can be documents, artifacts that provide direct information without interpretation or analysis. So, what are the examples of primary sources? So, the examples are theses, dissertations, scholarly journals articles that are research based, some government reports, symposia and conference proceedings, original artwork, poems, photographs, speeches, letters, memos, personal narratives, diaries, interviews, autobiographies, and correspondence. So as you observe in the given examples, these are the documents or information that are original from author, no? Galing sa author or person or books who gave an information. Okay? Did you get it? What is primary sources all about? On the other hand, we have also the secondary sources. So what is secondary sources? These sources offer an analysis or restatement of primary sources. They often try to describe or explain primary sources. So they tend to be work which summarize, interpret, reorganize, or otherwise provide an added value to a primary sources. So yes, it means that the secondary sources are materials that explain or discuss the primary sources. So no, they are created after the event and offer an analysis. They are analyzing the information or summary, or they are giving the summarize, no? They have the analysis or the summaries of the information. These sources help us understand primary sources better by providing more details or different views or different explanation coming from the primary sources. Okay? So, ang secondary sources daw, ito yung mga information na kinukuha from primary sources and giving another information by having an analysis or by analyzing or summarizing or interpreting information from primary sources. Okay? So, examples of secondary sources: textbooks, edited works, books and articles that are interpret or view or review research works, histories, biographies, literary criticism and interpretation, reviews of law and legislation, political analysis and commentaries. So that are the examples of secondary sources. Okay? Any question about secondary sources? If none, let us proceed. And now we have the second type of information, and this is the analytical information. So what is analytical information? Analytical information is the interpretation of factual information. What does the factual information mean? What does it imply? So this is the type of information that researchers, writers generate in their studies. Okay, so it means that analytical information is the information from facts or from the factual information that the person used to interpret the information and deeply analyzing it. No? This is the information relying on the facts or in the fact sources or information and analyze and interpret it. Okay? So for example, you as being a researcher, or you as a researcher or being a researcher, you do have your study or you're doing your study, you can use analytical information to make your study fast and having an information that being reliable. Okay? Okay, so that is the analytical information. Any question about the analytical information? Do you understand what analytical information all about? Okay, so let us proceed for the next. Okay, so the next is the subjective information. So, what is subjective information? So, it is information from only one point of view. Opinions are always subjective. So, subjective information or writing is based on personal opinions interpretations, points of view, emotion, and um, judgment. Okay, so it is often considered ill-suited for scenarios like news reporting or decision making in business or politics. So it means the subjective information is subjective statements are an expression or belief, opinions or personal preferences. Okay, when we say personal preferences, you can refer to the things someone likes or dislikes based on the individual taste, feelings, or experiences of the person. So it means here in the subjective information, the information can be biased. Okay, so you can give an information, but it is subjective. It is based on the opinions or feelings coming from the person. Although they involve facts, no, they do not make factual claim. Yes, in here sa subjective information, even though yung ibang information is may kasamang katotohanan, but we can conclude na lahat ng information is totoo kasi nga the information is biased or based on their personal feelings or opinions. Okay? So now, let us proceed to the examples of subjective information. Okay, so number one, Pacquiao is the greatest boxer of all times. Number two, it is very hot outside. Number three, COVID-19 is the most devastating pandemic in the modern times. Now, in the given example, let's have the example number one. Pacquiao is the greatest boxer of all times. In here, the information is subjective. Why? Because for you or for most of the Filipinos thinking or seeing that Manny Pacquiao is the greatest boxer of all time. So, that's our opinion, no? Yun yung opinion natin. Kasi nga, kababayan natin siya and also siya rin yung 8th Division World Champion. Okay? But somehow, to the other people, for them, other boxers are the greatest boxer of all times. Kasi di lang naman si Manny Pacquiao ang legend boxer, right? So we have Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, and more. No, see? For us, it is very subjective in our opinion that Manny Pacquiao is the greatest boxer of all times. But in the other preferences or the other view, there are other boxers that legendary rin, no? Okay? Did you get it? What is the subjective statements all about or subjective information all about? The last one is the objective information. So now, what is objective information? Objective information is an information that is understood from multiple viewpoints and presents all sides of an argument. Okay? So objective information is fact and analysis that isn't influenced by emotion, opinion, or biases. So earlier, we had discussed that subjective information is communication that is influenced by emotion, opinions, biases, or agenda. Okay? On the other hand, here in the objective information, it is based on fact. Okay? It is based on facts, analysis, rational thoughts, and logic. So, objective information or analysis is fact-based. Okay? Measurable and observable. Objective information is here the objective information is the information that is clear and based on facts, not feelings or opinions. So, it shows that all sides of an argument and tries to be fair without taking sides. It's all about what is true, no? Not what someone personally thinks. Okay? Did you get it? What is the objective information all about? So, okay, let me give an example. So, for example, a weather report says that today is the temperature is 30 degree with clear skies. So, this is objective because it is fact that can be checked and it doesn't include any opinions. Okay? So, another example. no, in classroom, let's have the classroom based example. Okay, so in classroom there are guidelines or percentage of the passing scores in examination. So 80% is the passing percentage in examination, and 65% is the failure grade. Okay, so in here, I give, or it gives an information without any personal preferences and opinions. Even though some students got fail, di nababaguhin yun, no? Hindi ko nababaguhin yung guidelines na yun. Kasi nga, objective siya. Okay? Did you get it? The sense or what is objective information all about? Okay, those are the four types of information: the factual, analytical, the subjective, and the objective information. Okay? Okay, so that's the end of our discussion for today's lesson. I hope you learned something. So, thank you very much for listening. If you do have any question, just leave a comment down below or just directly message me if you have any question about the four types of information. Okay? Thank you very much for listening, guys.